I did not want to show you this.
Send me that picture.
It's clearly an old photo.
He had this on today. Yeah, when he took the papers, this is what happened.
Cannot say anything to Karen.
Someone can always get hurt.
You okay?
Well, folks, here we go again. I don't think I'm jumping the gun, given that I have a number of episode synopsis, the preview for the upcoming episode, just based on Fatima's reaction and what the synopsis say. We're going to get back to a Fatima I don't like. I think between the time where Madam showed up to about where we are now in the show, I have liked, or excuse me, the season, I've liked Fatima. But the first, maybe like the first quarter or so, wait, when did Madam show up? Was that episode 5 or 6 or something? I don't know. But basically, I was not a Fatima fan because she was rubbing me the wrong way. I was seeing the Fatima from, let's say, the back half of Zatima season 1 kind of flow into Sistas season 5. And we were seeing a bossy, Karen-like, unreasonable, it's my way or the highway, unapologetic Fatima. That I did not like that character. I did not. At all. But it seems that yet again we're going to get a variation of that character in the upcoming episodes. Possibly to the end of the season. I mean, I really wish I had the synopsis for episodes 20, 21, and 22. But, oh man, episodes 16 and 19 don't look good. I'm just going to read off the portions of the synopsis pertaining to Fatima. Episode 16, this week's episode, Fatima confronts Zach with proof of an inappropriate interaction. Episode 17, Fatima's accusations push Zach over the edge. Episode 18, Fatima leaves Zach for the night to make hard decisions about what her next move will be. Or, excuse me, what her next move should be. Episode 19, Fatima puts Zach in his place as they continue to argue over harsh words. Now, first things first, I've already done the video recycling, the same plot line from Zatima. Zach is out and about, but Linda, or one of Fatima's friends, catches Zach in a questionable situation via a video or photo, sends it to Angela, who then shows it to Fatima. Fatima flips out, goes off, and oh wow, look at this. Fatima leaves Zach for the night to make hard decisions about what her next move should be. She did the exact same thing in Zatima, where she went over to Angela's house and then came back the next morning. I do not like this because of the fact that, yes, I keep thinking about what DeVal said on the Sherry show about how by the end of the season, everybody's relationships will have changed. I don't want that. We don't need that with Zach and Fatima, because remember how I keep saying ruthless about how pointless the show is in some aspects because of the fact that the Oval is so far ahead in the timeline that really Ruthless is essentially DLC through BET Plus. Like, it's not essential viewing to understand the Oval. But if you want the full story of how we got from, how did we get from this point to that point, you need to watch it. But it's not essential. You can finish the main story without it. I feel like the more drama and the tension between Zach and Fatima and Sistas, the more redundant it is for Zatima to exist. Look, I know that sounds very controversial coming from me of all people, because I love Zatima. Season 1. I don't know what Season 2 is going to have in store, but based on the cast, we're in for something good. But I would rather Zach and Fatima leave Sistas if it means not seeing their relationship assassinated in Sistas. Let them go to Zatima. Yeah, they can have a little drama here and there, but This is yet another reason why season 5 has been awful. The worst Sistas has ever produced. Because it's focusing way too much on the drama aspect of Zach and Fatima via Karen. We're going to see Zach upset in Fatima's face. She straight up takes her hand. Somebody's like she smushes, but she like smushes his face and literally shoves him back. I don't like that. I don't know. Maybe this is episode 19. Fatima puts Zach in his place as they continue to argue over harsh words. Based on their outfits, I mean, are these next 4 or 5 episodes taking place in the same day? Like evening, night, whatever? It's not uncommon for a Tyler Perry show, but if Fatima puts hands on Zach, I'm going to hate that. This isn't like a playful, push or, he's, like oh, stop it, Zach, that kind of thing. No. This is a straight up, you better get your ass out of my face shove. And I'm not, look. I'm not saying Zach needs to put hands on Fatima. I'm not saying that. But I don't like Fatima putting her hands on Zach like that. Not at all. And the same could be true if it was the other way around. Like, if Fatima, said something very hurtful and spiteful, and if Zach shoved her, I'd feel some kind of way about it. A lot of people are like, well, Jeremy, you didn't say that about Jonah. You said you didn't feel sorry for Danny. No, I didn't, because the circumstances surrounding that were completely different than what's going on here. I mean, when it comes to Zach and Fatima, when is it going to end? I'm not talking about their relationship, but it just goes to show that, the more these two go at it and the more drama they face. No, it isn't the drama that they have to deal with. It's how they react to it. Fatima's going to jump off the edge, go over the edge because of a photo. What I hope to see is a legit conversation. I mean, we know in the promo, Zach is going to go in for a kiss, and she kind of like, moves her face in the other direction, so he barely grazes her cheek. Just like Karen did to Zach. And it's kind of like, okay, you're upset, but are you going to tell? That's the one thing. Is Fatima going to be honest? I mean, are we going to have a, Zach, what happened when you were at the salon? And, basically to see if he's going to tell the truth or whatever. But this could be a situation like in Zatima, where Zach will ask Fatima about where did you go after work? Who were you with? And it takes, at least 5 questions for her to finally reveal Ian. I wonder if she's going to do the same thing with Zach. Oh, I went to the salon to get care of the paperwork. How long were you there? What went down? Like, what did she say? And right before you left, what happened? I feel like she's probably going to have to drag it out of Zach. And as a result, she's going to fly off. That's what I think. So I just wonder how far is this going to go, because remember, episode 16, Picture Perfect, episode 17, Looks Are Deceiving, where the photo looks very incriminating, but it isn't as bad as it looks. I mean, she is going off. She tells Angela, send me the picture. Andy tries to vouch for him. It's like, oh, maybe that's an old picture. He was wearing that this morning. Oh. It does not look good. Somebody made a good point going like, you know what? Karen gave Zach the kiss of death, basically a Judas kiss. I'm like, oh, that's a very good comparison. It's like, Judas, would you betray me with a kiss? Karen, would you betray me with a kiss? To make things look very bad so she could unleash hell in Zach and Fatima's home. It's like, oh, I was in your home last night. I saw that engagement ring. I don't want your child support. Leave me alone. I'll sign that agreement. But guess what? Your house ain't going to be a happy home when I'm through. That desk pisses me off. That was just petty as heck. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I really think that Fatima needs to cool it. But we know that's not going to happen because we know Fatima. And that's the thing I really hate. And I don't hate the character, but you would think after everything they've went through, all the forces outside of their control, mainly from their friend group and exes / one night stands, with all the drama that's been created for their relationship due to outside sources, you would think in situations like this, they would both come to understand, okay, somebody showed me something and I'm really upset, but I don't want to blow up or get emotional because what's important is that I hear your side of the situation. I only saw a photo. Could you tell me what really happened? Why don't they? These people are supposed to be in their mid-30s. Why don't they have these conversations? Yes, love, emotions can make you do stupid stuff, but I just feel like just talking would just solve so many problems. Is Fatima right to be upset about the quote-unquote inappropriate interaction? Personally, I don't think he should have went in for the hug. And this is even without the whole cheek kiss thing. It's just like, look, hey, I got a whole fiance. You're my ex. We've really been through a lot. Barely a handshake if I want to go that far, but I don't think we're there yet in terms of a hug. I just don't think we're there. So thanks for, taking the paperwork, be in contact. Be in touch with you about that soon. I'm about to get out of here. There's really no need to, show any sort of PDA. And I think it was disrespectful for Karen to kiss him on the cheek. Now go back to this, the salon, season 3, when Zach gave her the check. Basically a clean break between the two. I'm pursuing Fatima with all I got. This, that, and the third. He says bye, kiss her on the cheek. Okay, I'm not saying because he's a guy, he's getting a pass, but he wasn't engaged to Fatima at that time, Knowing that he's engaged, yet you're still kissing him on the cheek, I feel was disrespectful. That's just me. I remember I got friends in college, back in college and whatnot. And, from time to time, post-graduation, if I saw them in Lynchburg, it's like, oh, we're in Walmart or the mall and we're hanging out. Or, I run into him, yo, man, what's up? And then, his girl, more often than not, the guy friends from college I knew ended up marrying people from the same school. Like, this girl was in our sister dorm. They met there. Then years later, they got married. And I know them well, too. So I know both parties. So it doesn't matter. If I run into somebody I know, the guy's like, yo, man, what's up, Jeremy? How's it going? And then the girl's like, hey, Jeremy. And then before she even this happened 3 times. Before the girl would go in for a hug, I would say, hey, is it cool if I hug your wife? Are we all good? I will do that just because it's one of those things where I respect the ring. I respect the relationship. Even in times where I knew the girl prior to the guy, like, I will do that. That's just the way I operate. And everything's all good. It's like, yo, man, don't even worry about me. Just because of a respect thing. But then there are times where you look at people like Karen and it's like, she's up to no good. That. There's nothing she does without ulterior motive to it. But I really do wish that Fatima would give Zach the chance to explain himself. Because that's what makes her so bad in this show, because she's turning into a walking contradiction just like the other women. You know how it's like, Andy's like, once I've been burned, once I'm done, despite the fact that, Gary has burned her over and over again. Fatima, you literally said this morning, because I don't even want to talk about the whole thing about Zach going to the salon, because it shouldn't have happened in the first place, because he was supposed to get that paperwork to Andy. He could have either emailed the documents, stopped by the law firm, or the next day it's like, hey, Fatima, here's the paperwork, and if you can give this to Andy when you get to work tomorrow, I'd appreciate it. One of those things. I just hate the fact that we're going to see Fatima go off again. Now, we do have a scene at the penthouse where it's Andy and Fatima standing next to her, and Karen's there as well. Could they be discussing the events of the salon? Possibly. Maybe. Because remember, Fatima leaves Zach for the night to make hard decisions about what her next move should be. Perhaps she goes to the penthouse to talk with Andy. I don't know. But we'll just have to wait and see. Also, keep in mind, episode 18, Karen and Andy deal with a matter of betrayal that threatens the sisterhood. So I think in episode 18 is when Fatima goes to talk with Andy and then encounters Karen, and then they have their little standoff, possibly about that picture as well. So what do you think? I think Fatima is just going back to her old ways, and I hate that. But then again, it's hard to call them her old ways because she's never really changed. And I just hate the fact that 1 minute, Zach, I trust you. I don't need to go down there to the salon with you because I know you're going to go down there, handle your business. Then you see a photo without any context, and now all that trust has gone out of the window and we're back to square one. I need to meditate on this. I don't want to talk to you about this. No, you're turning into Karen where you will blow up on Zach. You will call him every name in the book. Go on about how you don't trust him, how he's trash, this, that, and the third. But when Zach tries to explain himself, when Zach wants to, hey, let me tell you what happened, or look, here are the circumstances that led to this, that, and the third, you don't want to talk about it. You always want to make the conversation about you. I want to talk about something when I want to talk about something. When Zach wants to talk about something, or when he has something to say, you don't want to hear it because you want to walk away from the situation because of the Ian thing. Or you don't want to talk about it because you're going to go off. The more we see of Zach and Fatima in circumstances like this, the less that it's really relationship goals. That it's black love. It's more like black torture in terms of a relationship. And it sucks to see them like this. It really does suck to see them like this. I mean, she just started rocking the ring this morning. She just said, handle your business and we can talk about wedding planning. Why don't you take this dang ring off? I called it not long after the ring went on in episode 9 of Zatima. Earlier this season, I'm like, she ain't gonna wear that ring long. How many times are gonna break off the engagement? Y'all ain't want to hear it. I bet it happens now. All right, well, that's all I got to say. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens.